Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're going to be talking about Gov War, raids, faction, members, fighting, how to do it correctly and the different type of people that you'll have in your faction and the excuses you get when you're trying to lead, trying to have a raid, trying to fight. There's a lot what goes on in it, right? And this goes to everybody. This goes to leaders. This goes to R3s, R4s, R1s, R2s. This is kind of like everything, right? This is not just one thing. This is going over a lot of things right here, guys, okay? So what I want to kind of say is the game is hard, right? It's not an easy game, but there are expectations. There are reasons for things, right? Things don't just be asked or done for no reason, okay? And your perspective and how you handle things and how you go through things makes a world of a difference on this game. So if somebody hosts a raid, right? So let's say Arsenal is up or a different event is up on the game, right? Gov War wise, because we're in Gov War right now, yeah? Be ready for it. You have to be ready for it. You have to be online. You have to be ready. You can't just expect that you're not needed. Every faction needs everybody online for every single battle. I don't care how big your faction is, how small your faction is. You need everybody, because not everybody's going to be able to fight 15, 16 raids or whatever, you know. So some people might have to drop out and then just go to support, you know. Some will be raid leaders, some will be raiding. Some will be raid leaders, some will be filling. So, you know, everyone has the roles, right? Not everybody's a raid leader. That's fine, okay? But if you're not a raid leader, you need to be doing your bit. So some people are literally just farmers, right? Some factions have 5 players, 10 players who are just farmers, right? That's fine, that's cool, right? Because every faction needs, especially in Gov War, you need to farm resources, right? So that's a part of it. You can see here, every faction needs resources, okay? So cool. So some factions do generally just have farmers, and their job is literally just to farm, keep the faction bank topped up, and, you know, crack on with the game. They take part in all the tasks. That's cool, right? But the ones who aren't just the farmers, the fillers, you need to be joining the raids. We don't need the excuses. The excuses don't help anybody. You know, I've had excuses of like, if I go on the grey, I will get zeroed. Okay, who's telling you to go onto the grey? You know, so let's say, where's the Arsenal we was fighting for earlier? I don't know if we can find the exact Arsenal. Where is it? Is this an Arsenal? I don't even know. I don't know. Right, let's just say this one for example, right? Let's just say this is an Arsenal, right? For example. So I teleport in, right? I won't be able to because it's not my territory, but I teleport in, you know, everyone else is there, right? And we're fighting and I need people to fill my raid, okay? I can't join because I'm beyond the grey and I'll get zeroed. Okay, I understand, yes, you will be enraged, right? If you're joining, let's say, an Arsenal event, right? Cool, I get that, but no one says you have to go on the grey. Okay, you can join from where you are. You've got, I can join from where I am. Can you guys speed me up? So it comes down to communication. Okay, but the worst thing you can do is just go silent, because a lot of people you'll find either they will make excuses, they'll go silent, they'll go offline, and they won't do anything. Oh, sorry, going to work. Come on, mate. You play this time every single day, no problem. A lot of people avoid it, right? But the thing is, you have to be on. You have to go there. Stop creating problems, find solutions. There's always a solution to every problem, right? I'm a big advocate on that on this channel. You can find solutions. So the main thing is if you prepare and you're ready, go, right, so my name's Peter Bob, right, on the game. Okay, I'm Peter Bob. I'm going to say in chat, hi guys, I can join the raids, but I'm going to do it from the closest safe place. Huge shout out and thank you to GemZ for sponsoring today's video. GemZ is a top-up service for loads of mobile games what we play ourselves, such as Dark War Survival, Grand Gangster War, Age of Empire, Sea of Conquest, you name it, they more likely work with it. Click the top link in description to go check out their Discord. First purchases, you get $10 off, and if you do one of their flash deals, what you can see on screen now, the Goblin Market, you deposit $77 and you get $100 worth of in-game packs that you can spend. And don't worry, you don't have to spend it all in one game. You can spend it on multiple games, guys. They keep the balance for you. Yes, I can. Can you guys just speed me up? If you can, awesome. I'll be able to take part. But if not, I don't know if I will be able to join the raids back there. You know, there's different options and different things you can say, right? You know, there's workarounds for a lot of things, but the worst case is not doing anything. You have to get involved, especially if it is a growing faction. You know, the top factions will have loads of people on. They'll have 30, 40, 50 people on already, right? Because they're the top factions. But medium factions, definitely. Small factions, 100% need everyone on. You know, you don't realize that, let's say Game On account is a huge account, right? Powerhouse, top 17 globally. But it can't win everything alone. You need to have everybody in there. And the main thing is listening as well. Before you even join a raid, right? Look in the chat. I'm only on state chat now for obviously privacy reasons. But scroll up, go, okay, right, so Game On saying that we need a 4-2-4 mix, right? So 40% bruisers, 20% hitmen, 40% bikers. Okay, right, I'm on it. Or if I say you need all bikers, 1 hitmen, just do it. It might be something silly, but do it. You just got to follow whatever the raid leader says. Because if you don't follow what the raid leader says, you're setting your whole team back, especially yourself as well, because you're a part of that team. You have to take responsibility for being a part of that team, you know? And if you want to grow and you want your faction to grow, you all have to take part, guys. So the moral of the story is, don't worry, stop fearing about being raided, right? Everyone fears being raided. Well, find the solution to being raided. I've made probably like 10, 15 videos on it, probably spoke about it in like 50 live streams. A meat shield can help prevent you getting raided. It can help you stop getting raided. 180 million, right? 180 million influence. Yeah, 180 influence, that's it, right? Is what 10 mil of each T2 is, I believe, right? I believe so. 180 mil, right? Let me verify that, right? My maths is not always the best. Sorry, 240 million influence is what 10 mil of each T2 would be. So it'd be 30 mil T2s in total, 10 mil of each, right? Because it's only 8 influence per one, right? So 1 million would be 8 million, 10 million would be 80 million, right? So you can build it up over time. You just have to set the priorities in place and be smart with it, right? The game isn't easy. I get that. I respect that. I understand that. If you have problems on the game and you want to get better, message your leaders, message your R4s, you know? I do training packages on Discord all the time. Join my Discord. Go for a training package. If you want a custom package, message me. I'm sure I can come up with deals with you guys. Not a problem. But the thing is, guys, if you want to be good at the game, you have to put the time and energy into it, right? And the problem is if you're an R4, right, this is some things you can do as an R4. You can, genuinely, you can put things in place. So an hour before you go in to do an arsenal, you can go around and just do loads of police raids, yeah? You can do loads of police raids. You could do any raids in theory, you know, you could do Hawkeye raids, you could do any sort of raids you want. Any raids, just to get them on, like these ones here. Like Black Hawk, sorry, I said Hawkeye. Black Hawk, the Intel raid, Lupo raids, whatever you've got, you can do them, right? And the great thing is it will get people on and it will hold them a bit accountable, right? You know, dropping gold is a great way to see who's online and hold them accountable too, because if I'm dropping gold in chat, right, and you're collecting it, but then you're not joining the raids, you're on to get the gold but not join the raids. And that's where you'll find out, you know, who's actually taking part and who's not taking part, because not everyone can take part every single day. That's absolutely fine. But you do need to keep an eye out on who is taking part, who isn't taking part. And realistically, if you want your faction to grow to be a fighting faction, sometimes you do have to let go certain members who aren't taking part. And that is the harsh truth of it. And that goes same for R4s. If R4s aren't doing what they should do, they should be let go as well, or deranked, you know, down to R3. And it's not a horrible thing to do. It's the best thing to do for your faction, for you, for your members. Because the whole thing is, if you're in a faction, right, you're looking out for however many people are in there, right? So we've got 96 people. So as R5, my responsibility for all them 96 people, right? So that's the whole thing you got to kind of think of and understand is you got to look out for the team. What's best for the team? What's best for everyone's enjoyment? Because the enjoyment of the game truly is fighting. So if people in your faction aren't fighting, but a lot of them want to fight, or like some are trying to fight and the others aren't joining, you know, it makes it really hard. That could be frustrating. That can make a lot of people want to quit the game, not enjoy the game, and could also cause for a lot of cost and expenses on your account. So, like in one raid earlier on, you know, with T5s, that cost just under 10 million vitality shots, right? And if you buy vitality shot, that's $100 pack, and you get about 20 mil. I think it is roughly there for $100. So that's $50 in one hit, right? So fighting is very costly, you know, even more so if people aren't filling. So if people aren't filling the raid, you're doing an injustice to your factions, to your friends, to your family in the game, right? So please, guys, make this year a little bit different. Step up, fight, take part. Don't worry about getting zeroed. Will you play the game forever? Probably not. So why are you holding on to things forever? Utilize things. Don't waste. Utilize things, guys. Use the 5 Ps: preparation, defense, piss, poor performance. You know, before you even step into battle, right? You should be on 15 minutes before. Right, what do I need to do? Okay, I'll make sure I've got my fight gear on. But then you're like, yeah, but Connor, I'm not going to be the raid leader. Misconception, right? Even though you're not the raid leader, doesn't mean that you can't be raided. Doesn't mean that you might not need to step up. Doesn't mean that there might be someone smaller next to us who we need you guys to maybe get rid of, step up and do it, right? Because if you're a fighter, you're in R3, you still have responsibilities too, and you can still help out, because we all hold on to just a couple raid leaders, right? But we're all capable of raiding. You're all capable, because that's what you're building for. You're not building just to have an account what can't fight, are you? You're building to get your stats up. So it's a good way to learn to potentially become a raid leader in the future by taking some of the easy raids, you know, because not always does a raid leader want to sit there and raid smaller people, because it looks bad sometimes on a huge raid leader, you know? So sometimes take that initiative and you can raid too. It can help out, build morale, and it shows strength in numbers too, right? So before you step into the raid guide, guys, you want to make sure that you've got your equipment set on what you need, right? It could be any to start with. You may change it later on depending on what battle you're going into. If you've got super presets, most probably don't, but if you do, you can just auto click and do it. You want to set your specialties on to whatever you want at that moment in time, okay? Very important, guys. Set it to whatever you want it on at that time. And because you're going to go into battle, you want to set yourself a crew size increase on. That could vary between what you have, how many people you need, etc, etc. But I would recommend, really, you want to put that on just before you start, because you don't know how long fights will sometimes last, and obviously 4 hours is a good long time. Most battles don't really last 4 hours unless you're going on for like battles of towers and all sorts of stuff like that. But always save that bit just for when it's happening, as well as crew attacks. They are only needed when you are fighting, when you're leading the fight yourself, or you're taking a hit. So crew attacks are for the raid leaders. Yeah, you can put on a crew defense whilst you're just defending. And one of the main things as well is keep yourself an anti-recon on realistically. I don't think you can, so you can only have one on at a time. So realistically, unless you're getting hit or you're doing an attack, you want anti-recon on. If you do an attack, you put the crew attack on, or defense, whatever you want, just before you hit or they hit you. Yeah, so then they can't recon you. Keep recon on, because it will stop 60, 70%, if not more, of hits onto you, raids onto you, because if they don't know what you've got, they are scared. It's the truth. Especially the fact that, you know, trap accounts are becoming more and more common. We've got a trap series going on right now. They're more and more common, so people fear this. So keep an anti-recon on and you will rise up and you'll be fine. For the most part, you know, it's a fear. Especially if you're over 600 million, you're not really going to get raided unless there's a very, very strong person there and the faction's active, right? You know, and most of the time it would take multiple raids to beat you if you have like 10, 20 mil troops or whatever, however many troops you've got, you know? So please keep that in mind, guys. You know, just build for what you want to be. So if you're going to be an R3, you're going to be a filler and sometimes maybe a raider, you want to make sure that you're building a nice stock up of T4s, you know? Build up a nice stock of T4s, because you're not really going to be fighting with T3s unless you're in a smaller faction or smaller city. And that's fine. If you're in a smaller city, you're not at the T4 stage, and neither is your faction, that's fine. Build up T3s. And remember, guys, T2s are your meat shield right now. T2s are your meat shield, yeah? T1s are for farming. Break it down simplistically and try and help and encourage your faction to do the same. Make sure they do the right things. Pop them a message saying, hey mate, how you set up, how you built, can I help you? I've noticed that you haven't been doing as good recently, or, you know, I noticed that you might have lost that fight. Here's some things I'd say what you could have won for, you know? Start that snowball effect of positivity, the help, the respect, the love, And the more people who do this, right, the more you'll see this game becomes a positive place for everybody. Because you don't need the drama, you don't need the hate, but people do get frustrated and upset when people don't take part, or, you know, some people are putting their all into it, right? They're putting a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort into it, and then some people are just messing around and not taking part. So be the person who takes part, you know? It doesn't take too much to just kind of join a raid, especially if they have a faction bank like we do, you know, like Lotta King. You can get your resources back, you know? We can help you with resources. And I'm sure your faction has a faction bank. If it doesn't, recommend they get a faction bank. Faction banks are fantastic, guys. A great asset to every faction. Have a faction bank. You know, really helps, makes a world of a good for your faction. It also probably encourages people to fight more because they know that they're not just going to be zeroed and left for dead, you know. So encourage, reinforce, tell them that people are doing a good job, you know. That's part of the battle. But the main thing is, guys, stop hiding from fights, man. Just get involved, have fun, because until you do, you're not going to enjoy the game. And I know that sounds like I'm being a bit harsh, but this is me being truthful, guys. Some of you need to hear this. You need to step up. You need to fight. You need to have fun. Stop worrying about losing troops. You know, if you're worried about troops, build a meat shield. Yeah, I'm gonna do more videos on that coming shortly. Right? Comment down below any videos you need, new or old. I might make an account in a new city just so I could do some new content for your faces. But I would love your feedback on what you do want. And if you want an account what's already extremely strong and has a meat shield on it and has insane stats for its size, we are raffling off this account right now. You scan that below or link in the description, guys. You could be the new owner of Secret Lotta, as well as whoever wins this one also gets a playlist named after them on the YouTube channel. So you go down in history. So yeah, it's good fun. Make sure to join in with the live streams, guys. Join the Discord, and yeah, just play smart, please, guys. Like, you have a think with yourself for 10-15 minutes. What do you want from this game? Do you want to be a fighter? Do you want to be a leader? Do you want to be a farmer? What is your purpose on this game? What do you want? And then move from there. You know, if you want to join the Discord, please do join the Discord. We can have a debate, a discussion in there, and I can maybe help some of you guys out in there. I don't mind helping you guys. A few questions were asked, like, why have I brought up and started doing training packages now? Does that mean I'm not helping people? Absolutely not. It's just I learned that, you know, a lot of people take on board a hell of a lot more on things what they spend a little bit of money on. That's what they get for free. So I did a lot of this, spend a lot of my time, a lot of my energy helping people out. But now that we've had a little bit of cost onto it, you know, it gives me more time to do more for others, as well as it supports the channel, helps the channel. So if you want to help the channel, you want to learn more in the game, you want to do a training package, join the Discord, check it out there. So far, for everyone who's pretty much done the training package, they've doubled in size within a couple months, you know, and they're loving the game. They found a new light to the game, a new understanding to the game, because I see the game in a different way to what a lot of people do not see. And that's why I've done so much on the game, and I've enjoyed the game so much for so many years, is because I have a different understanding, different perspective. So think of it like that, guys. You know, what do you want out of the game? Let me help you. Join the Discord, have some chat. If you are a YouTube member, because you have a good chunk of YouTube members now, make sure to connect your Discord with YouTube, and then you have access to the exclusive member only chat. And this week, well, I don't know when this is uploaded, but I have already recorded a couple member only videos. So don't miss out on that, guys. Click the join button today, and I will see you all in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and goodbye.